Hey everybody, this is Mantis Shrimp. Mantis Shrimps are having a stare down. There's my peacock over there, and he was looking at my little Mantis Shrimp right here. Just a second ago, they were staring at each other through the glass, through the acrylic glass. Now my little one's looking at me. My little one's Gonadactylaceous turritensis, and he's really pretty. He's really cool. He's not as active as the peacock. He's a lot prettier than the peacock. When he's fully mature, he's not fully grown yet. He's like 4 inches. He'll be 5 inches when he's fully grown, about. And yeah, his little feelers there, they're like lime green when he's fully grown, and then he's like a turquoise color on his back, where the peacock mantis shrimp is only turquoise, like a blue-green color near the end of his tail. This guy's turquoise all the way down with red, bright red pinstripes across each across the part in his shell where it moves, where it can turn at on his back. It's just red in the middle there. It's like a thin pinstripe of red, and he has like kind of a lime greenish, yellow, orange colored eyes, and his feet will be lime green, like a blue-green, maybe even a bright blue. On top of his arm, he also has a big bright orange spot on like a white background when his arms are fully extended out, because he keeps the top part against his body all the time, and the bottom parts look like, you know, like a praying mantis. They just kind of stick right there where you can see them. But when he extends his arm out, you can see like a white background with like a big bright orange spot and like a electric blue kind of outline on him. So this one's prettier, but he just sits in his hole all day. He's so, dang. He's just like my other one, the first one I had, that ugly green one. He sat there the whole entire time. Anyway, I think the peacock is coming over. He's really curious what's going on. They're totally cool with one another. They had a problem when the little one was molting. Part of his legs were missing too, the little one. But when he got like a third of his leg, two of his legs were missing. 2 of his legs, a third of it was gone. Like on the right side, I remember looking at him and saying, "Oh my gosh, he doesn't have those parts of his feet anymore." You know, his like 4 of his legs are longer than 2 of the other ones, because he has 6 legs. And I was just kind of like, "Oh crap! Now I can't sell him and make money back." But after he molted, just like a couple weeks ago, all of a sudden he grew him back. So I remember looking at him today when I changed the water or whatever. When I brought him into different tanks, I remember looking at him and saying, "Did he always have 6 whole legs?" And I said, "No, he didn't." I remember a piece of his, like a third of his legs were missing on 2 of his legs on the right side. And I looked down today and I was like, dang, he has all his legs, and he has all the hairs on him, and he has all the, like on each of his feet, he has 2 parts that branch off. And he had all that. And I was like, he never had that before. But I was like, oh well, doesn't matter. You know, I guess he grew it back. Well, he damaged his arm too, because when he was molting, he can't strike at anything when they molt. So they pretend to strike at everything. So he pretended to strike at the peacock, and I think the peacock hit him or something, and it broke his arm. So, but I talked to some guy today, and he said after he molts about 2 more times, he'll regrow that other part of his arm back fully. And I said, oh, that makes sense, because it's the heel part where he smashes with. Just that part up to the point where he can stab with, you know, too, it's all gone. Like, it's not gone, but it's just kind of a nub. And it looks funny. It's all like the pivot joint is all broken and everything. But the guy said, don't worry about it. He said when he molts again, you know, all that's going to be regrown. So I said, cool. So I'm not really worried about it anymore. You can see the peacock moving over there. Yep, if you're going to get a mantis shrimp, that's tough to get. They're colorful. They're active. They don't make me as mad because they move around. He didn't move around for like the first week and a half that I got him. I remember trying to feed him, and I'd put the metal tongs. I had some food. I'd put it under his burrow, and he'd hit the tongs. The food would fall off because it startled me. And then I'd see this little tiny, you know, arm come out and grab it, and then that was it. That's all I saw of him. You know, I'd hear that noise all the time. Like every night, I'd hear that click, click, click noise, and he was chipping away at something, making his den. And, you know, he's trying to get out right now. He's just hitting the glass. But, yep. Yeah, he's the most active, so he's definitely the type to get. This other guy right here is not very active at all. He never comes out. This other guy will look prettier when he's fully grown. He is probably one of the prettiest species of mantis shrimp. The peacock is the most popular. People say it's the prettiest. It's just the most colorful. It's not the prettiest, I don't think. But yeah, that's that. I got him in a 1 gallon, which is totally cool because where I got him from, it was like a half a gallon or something, or a quart. The guy had them in literally like a little drawer, and they weren't. They're a hot seller, but the guy doesn't have good advertising. It's a place in Sacramento. It's like you honestly would not know there was an aquarium in this place. It's a little hole in the wall place. You would drive by it and never know there was an aquarium. There's like literally no sign that lets you know that there's an aquarium in there at all. I mean, he has the most horrible advertising, so I would venture to say that nobody would have ever bought him. The dude has a dragon, a Hawaiian dragon moray eel he's selling for $600 here in Sacramento, and nobody has bought it for 4 years because nobody knows where this place is, or else that thing would have gone like that. Because you can buy one of those and just sell it for like $800, you know. There will be someone out there that will pay that amount of money. Those things can go for $1,300 online easy, and it's pretty. Its face is like yellow, and it's got like an orange kind of back, an orange kind of color. It fades into like an orange kind of color, the yellow. So it's not a Japanese where it's all one color, you know, and then it's got the black and white pattern. It's just this yellow orange color on its face, and it's really pretty. It's really neat looking, and he's been selling it for $600 for 4 years now, and no one's bought it. So I would venture to say that no one would have ever bought these mantis shrimps, and they just came out of like this half a gallon tank. So where they're at now is a lot bigger than where they were, so don't anybody worry about that. In fact, all my fish are in tanks larger than what they came from. I have literally none of my fish are in a tank larger than anything they came from. All those fish up there too came out of like 10-gallon or 20-gallon tanks at most, at best. All my eels and my frogfish. The little frogfish came out of a 5 or 6-gallon tank where the top's all covered and everything. He was in there with another frogfish also, which I was really scared because they can eat each other if they're the same size, especially if they're the same sex. It's a lot easier, you know, for them to eat each other than if one's a male and one's a female, even though they'll eat each other that way too. So I was pretty scared for him. Let's shine some light on this little mantis shrimp here. See a little reflection of the light. I think this is an LED light. Here. Anyway. So yeah. These are my mantis shrimps though, and they're pretty cool. They're not exactly the brightest crowns in the jungle, i.e. they're not very smart and intelligent, but there is one species of mantis shrimp that is really smart and intelligent. It's called the zebra mantis shrimp, and it can live well over 30, well, it can live 30 years plus. These guys, I think, at best can live 10 years, maybe 15. My eels can live 17 years, 17 to 20 something years, which they will. But yeah, I think that guy can only live like 10 or 11, 12 years maybe. This guy like 5 to 7, probably 10 at best. He's a small little shrimp. No pun intended. Actually, they're stomatopods, but anyway, that's irrelevant. Yeah, if you're gonna get one though, this is the type to get, the peacock, because he's the most active. He's not gonna make you angry by just hiding out the whole entire time and not moving around. You're gonna see him, you know. It may take a couple weeks, depending on how you treat your fish, but you know, if you feed them regularly, you know, the more you feed them, the closer you are to getting to their heart. Their heart, you get to their heart through their stomach. Basically, the more you feed them, the happier they'll be, i.e. the more you'll see them. Which is like that with most animals too, that are predatory. So, yeah, in there, and get this guy in there. Which, by the way, is way prettier. This mantis shrimp right here is way, way prettier than the peacock. All he has to do is molt like 2 more times, and he's gonna have like lime green fillers, his bright blue legs, kind of, or underarm, those arms near his raptorial arms, and he's gonna have like a teal turquoise kind of back, all the back of him. The whole top of him's gonna be blue green. He's gonna look really, really pretty. So I would highly recommend him, except he never comes out. He just stays there the whole time. Anyways, take it easy, everybody. This is Mantis Shrimp out.